Hello ladies and gents, this is Evan, your friend and your host in this video tutorial. In this first Adobe Photoshop tutorial, I'm going to show you how to overcome a common problem for all photographers, and this is the extraction of the background. I'm going to show you how easy it is in Adobe Photoshop to extract the background, and I'm going to show you how easily we can do it right away in simple steps and actually playing with our channels. Well, Photoshop and photographs have channels, and I'm going to show you how easy we can take advantage of them and extract the background right away. So we're going to take these beautiful girls and we're going to put them on Athens, on the temple of Acropolis. You see Acropolis in the background. This is the new background, so we have two photos, and we're gonna mix them finally together on the temple of Acropolis in the back. So let's start over and see some basic moves in order to isolate the background and take it away afterwards. So we have the model, we have the background. Well, this technique actually works best on simple backgrounds, simple and unite, and solid backgrounds like this one or this one, you see. So it's better to have that kind of backgrounds. But I know photographers that even with a white background, they cannot do a right extraction, even though with so tough hair, it's much more difficult to make it. So let's try and make it. I'm gonna go to the Photoshop, to the layers panel. You see my photograph here. Then I will go to the window menu here, and I'm gonna select the channels. There we have the channels RGB, red, green and blue. You see? Well, we have to find the right channel in which we can have a better contrast between the photograph, the model and the background. So we have to pass all of them by clicking them and see which one is the best for us. So I'm gonna click the red one. You see that the red one, okay, it has a little bit of contrast between the hair and the background, but not so tragic, not so strong. I'm gonna select the green one. You see that the green one actually makes the face and the skin more dark. You see the difference. And of course the blue, it's gonna be more strong, more contrasty than the other. You see, not only in the skin but also in the hair. Take a look at here. When I click the red, you see, different but not the same. So I'm gonna select the blue. I will make a copy of this one. I'm gonna drag it and drop it on the new channel. Super. And then I'm gonna double click and I'm gonna name this, of course not in Greek but in English, as selection. In Greek the selection word is επιλογή. So we have made the επιλογή, the selection actually, and we're ready to rock and roll. So right now I'm going to select the image, adjustments and levels. And of course, with the help of the levels, we are going to isolate the background more. So I'm gonna select the white eyedropper and I'm gonna click on the gray, light gray background, and right away, boom, you see that it goes much more whitey. So we're gonna click OK, and we are very close to the final extraction. Then I'm going to select my brush. I'm going to select a very soft and big one brush. Well, we can actually make it larger or smaller by hitting the right bracket key or the left bracket key. So we have that, but we need it to be soft. Okay, so then we're going to change the mode from normal to overlay. This is the trick, because with that trick, well, actually let's try it with normal. If I have the normal and pass over this channel, you see that I paint everything with the color that I have here. Okay, so I'm going to select the black. Check this out again. You see, I paint everything the Photoshop doesn't really understand where is the background, where is the foreground, where is the face, where is the hair, where is anything. It just paints like a silly, no brain robot. It paints all the way. So I'm going back and I'm gonna change the mode to overlay. Well, the overlay actually doesn't paint on the white. Check this out. I'm gonna have the black again, but the overlay selected, and I'm gonna do that. And you see right away that I paint only in the places where the hair exists, and of course the face and the body and the rest. You see that? Photoshop doesn't even care about the background because the background is pure white, so the overlay doesn't really affect that pure white background. So we have that. It looks a little bit of scary right now, the face and the lips and the stuff, but don't worry, we're not gonna be so scary in a while. So we have this. Afterwards, I'm gonna change this to normal, and I'm gonna paint this, in order to have a silhouette. Great, you see that? Really easy. And of course you can do it better if you do it slowly and take your time and stuff, so it's great. And then I'm going to hit Command I in Macintosh. Boom, you see that? And we actually see that our background is not so dark, it's a little bit so and so. So I'm going to take the black brush again, and you see that if I pass right now from the opposite inverted channel, you will see that I'm actually hiding away that, and I'm just selecting that. Well, actually, yeah, I have to change this to overlay, and now it's gonna work. You see that we keep the hair lines. You see, good, the hair, they stay together, but actually we making a big contrast over here. So it's a better thing to lower the opacity just a tiny bit to about 50%, and try again, and you see that it goes better, and I think it will be a better job after all. Yeah, so we just paint it with just a tiny bit of overlay again, and I think it is great right now. So afterwards we just hit the RGB channel again to actually take out again the original photo, and we go to select. We're going to select the load selection, and here we're going to select the channel selection. Okay, and right away we have the hair. Really easy. I'm going to select the layer, Command J in Macintosh, and there we have our beautiful hair. It's great, it's super fast and super easy. I'm going to do this the same again with the blondie, but really faster. So I'm going to the channels, I'm going to select which one is better for me. Most of the times is the blue channel. I'm going to create a new one, I'm going to name it, remember the Greek word, επιλογή, so it's selection. And then I'm going to take out the levels, Control L. And of course, I'm gonna click in the white area, and the white actually eyedropper. I'm gonna click in a gray, light gray area. Boom, right away. We have actually make the background really white. And then I'm going to take my brush, change it to overlay, of course, black key, super. And then you see how easy we can actually isolate our model from the background. It is like magic, the magic of Photoshop. Of course, 100%, it's most of the times better. Don't worry about how ugly the model will look in that procedure. The model will not, see that anyway. So I think we're okay. Great, I'm gonna pass some more times in order to make it more dark. You see that every time I paint, I make it more dark. And of course it's better for me because I don't really need to do so many stuff. Great, and I think we're okay. And afterwards I'm gonna take this time the lasso tool, and well, it's gonna be a little more harsh for me to make the selection, but I will do it because I'm a strong man, I'm a Photoshop man, and I'm gonna make it happen. Great. So I did it. I'm gonna close this path and I'm gonna paint it with black. So we go to edit fill and we're gonna use the black color. Boom, Control D to deselect, and we're good to go, I think. Maybe I'm gonna paint this one also because it is a highlight. She has hair here, you see. It just don't has, we don't really need this highlight. So I'm gonna take the normal and I'm gonna, put it there, and it's gonna be good, I think. Yeah, and this one here, and maybe below here. Greaty. So we done it. We have done it. Great. And then I'm going to select the RGB. I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to the layers. I'm going to select the load selection. I'm going to select the selection channel and hit OK. And of course, well, actually, I have forgot one step. Control D. Let's go to the channels again. Hit this one. Close this one. Control I. Great. And then I can actually hit the levels. Control L. And I'm gonna select the black eyedropper. And great. And now we're ready to rock and roll. So go, select, and load selection, baby. Boom. And selection. Okay. Great. Control J. Actually, it doesn't really work all the time, so I'm gonna do it again. Control J. Okay, so let's do it again. So select, load selection, the channel selection. Okay, and Control J. And okay, this is good. Doesn't really work. Super. So I don't know why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it should work. I mean, doesn't have any problem. Select, load selection, and Control J, and yes, now we did. So we have it already cut it from the background without the need of the pen tool and other layer masks and other strains and really bad things in Photoshop. Only with channels we just play and a little bit of the levels, and it is very easy to extract the model from the background, even the black and white, even the dark hair, even the blonde hair. It's very easy. And then I'm gonna put them on the holy stone of Acropolis. So I'm gonna have it here. So Acropolis is the monument of the ancient Greece in Athens. I'm gonna put this one over there. So the next time you will come to Acropolis, to Athens, you have to visit Acropolis. I mean, it's a must sightseeing. So I'm gonna put them inside, and I'm gonna show you a little trick to overcome that a little bit of gray halos around the head. So Control T. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller in order to have it, all of it. Great. And I'm gonna show you how easy we can take out those stupid halos around the hair. So I'm gonna actually make this, I'm gonna name this dark hair. I'm gonna create a new copy, boom, and then I'm gonna hide the dark hair. Actually, I'm gonna hide the copy and the dark hair is gonna be visible. So I'm gonna do that. Right click, blending options, and then I will go to select the blending options default. Actually, it is the first screen you will see when you open the blending options, and then we have the blend if gray, and here we have a channel black and white, shadows and highlights 0 to 255, and we have here two sliders. This slider cuts the highlights, you see, but very ugly, and this one cuts the shadows, but very ugly indeed. So we have to find a way to make it more soft and more human, this slider. So we're going to hit the Alt key on the keyboard or the Option in Macintosh, and then we're gonna break this slider in half. Click, you see, and right away it is more soft, and you see that. Actually, don't pay attention here, just pay attention in here. You see how it used to be before, and how it's now. I think it's great. And then we're gonna take this at about there. So the half of the slider is right on the left, you know, right away on the left, full on the left, and the other one is about at 200. So the light grays are gone. And of course, right after, we see that our face is a little bit transparent, so don't worry. I'm going to open again the copy layer. I'm gonna import a mask. I'm gonna click here, a layer mask, a white layer mask. I'm gonna hit Control-I on the layer mask, Control-I, so it's black. And when a layer mask is black on the layer, actually the layer is not visible. Okay, so in order to, you know, make it visible again, we have to paint it with white. So take the white, and right away we just paint the areas that we want to keep, and we don't paint the areas that we don't want to keep. So it's, you know, it's a little bit of a trick that I use with my models in order to make them look more realistic on the field. Well, actually we have to do a little more stuff, but you know, this is a very nice and very easy trick to make it happen. And you know, close to the hair, I'm gonna put you know, a really soft brush and really not so strong, 40% opacity, in order to make this much more better as a result. And of course, I'm not gonna pass outside, because I'm gonna you know, take out again the grays, so it's gonna be good for me. And it looks really, really good. I'm gonna take now both the dark hair copy and the dark hair. I'm gonna put them on a folder, Control G. I'm gonna name it dark hair. Actually, I can put it on a smart object right now in order to make it, you know, more small without, you know, losing quality, if I would like later to make it you know, larger or something. And then I'm going to the blondie. I'm gonna take her out. Great. I'm gonna make her a little bit smaller. Control T, Command T in Macintosh. And here I think we're okay. Actually, we have to be over there because her head is cutted. Great. I'm gonna create, I'm gonna name her blonde hair. I'm going to create a copy, Control J, and here I'm going to make the same again. Right click, blending options, and go to the slider. I'm gonna break the slider. One goes right away, and the other one goes right about there. Maybe this slider should not go so far away, because we have, you know, it is, she's blonde, she doesn't have dark hair, so it has to be a little more, you know, close to that. So I think at about here is super, and this one should stay at about 200 and 110. It's gonna be okay, I think. Hit OK, and then we're going to import the, you know, the original photo. I'm gonna put a mask, invert it, Control I. You know, this is a very nice trick in order to make, you know, double exposures in Photoshop. It's really easy, you see. So we have seen a lot of stuff today, not only one. Right now, we just select the mask, we take the brush, white brush, full brush, and then we just paint in again the skin in order to make it happen again. So we don't only, you know, pay attention to the background, but we have to pay attention also to the good position of the new photo in the new background. So we have to do that in order to make this work. I'm gonna increase the size of this brush with the right bracket key, and you see that already we have done a very, very good job. And of course here I'm going to lower the opacity at about 40, just like we did with the dark hair. And I'm gonna take out the ear, and I'm gonna pass just a tiny bit over here. Well, it's gonna look, I think, really, really great, and we are good to go. Great. So we have done the job, and then I'm gonna select both of them, Control G, right click. Actually, I'm gonna name this blonde hair. right click, smart object, and Control T, Command T in Macintosh, and let's just put here a little bit smaller, maybe to the right. So we have Acropolis on the field. It's looking really good. Actually, I'm gonna right click, flip horizontal, put her over there. She looks better, I think, that way. And of course, I'm gonna put the dark hair in the back over there. And right away, we're going to create, the depth of field. So I'm gonna select the Acropolis. I will go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. I'm gonna put a blur at about 25 to make it really, really, blurry and make our models to stand out better. And of course, the back model, the dark hair model, it should have a little bit of blur herself. So Gaussian blur again at about 10. It's gonna be okay. And right away, we can pay attention to this girl, and of course see the dark hair girl, and of course the Acropolis, all the way so many years, 2.5 thousand years. Acropolis is over there and waiting for you to visit. So this is Evan, and that was a great tutorial in Photoshop that showed you how to extract your background, how to import the extracted model in a new photo, how to make simple adjustments in order to make it look realistic with simple steps. If you want to make it better, you have to stay longer and play longer, but you see, we can do it the fast way and the solid fast way, or the slower and most accurate way. And we position it 2 or more photos in one background, in one new background, and then with the help of the layer masks, we did the fine tuning, and of course, with the help of the blurring, we made the environment look much more realistic. So I'll see you soon, boys and girls. Have fun.